Sophie had one rule in life. Boys were nothing but trouble. When her father abandoned them, it only confirmed what she already knew. For years, she built walls around her heart until a chance encounter with Lucas changed everything. Their unlikely connection began with an accidental photo and a school play kiss that felt too real to ignore. But just when Sophie starts to believe in second chances, everything falls apart. Years later, he appears on her doorstep with an unexpected offer that could heal more than just physical scars. Some lessons in trust are worth the pain. Welcome to Tales Revealed. Let's get started. Growing up, I, Sophie, always preferred my mom over my dad. Our connection was unbreakable. We just clicked. Mom ran a charming bookshop that had been in our family for generations, and I spent countless hours there, surrounded by stories and that wonderful book smell. My twin sister Zoe, though, she was definitely daddy's girl, and I could never understand why. If there was an award for most disorganized human ever, my dad would have won it hands down. Mess was his specialty, and it drove me crazy. "Dad, your muddy boots are all over my white sneakers again," I'd shout from the hallway. "What's that, sweetie? Can't hear you," he'd reply without looking away from his video game. "Maybe you would if you stopped playing for 5 seconds, I muttered. "Give it a rest, Sophie. Let us have some fun, you robot." Zoe would snap at me. I'd throw my shoe at Zoe when she said stuff like that, but I couldn't do the same to Dad. He was, well, Dad. His life consisted of random part-time jobs and endless hours of video games and creating chaos. But there was this one time in first grade when he really crossed the line. He took Zoe and me to the park, and while we were swinging, he wandered off to play football with some teenagers. We didn't realize how long he'd been gone until the sky started darkening. "Sophie, I don't know how to get home," Zoe whispered, her eyes wide with fear. "Me neither, but it's okay. We have each other. We'll figure it out," I said, trying to sound brave. Suddenly, I remembered that Mom's bookstore wasn't far from the park. I grabbed Zoe's hand and led the way there. Mom was just locking up when we arrived, and her face turned from surprise to fury when we explained what happened. She drove us home in angry silence, and there was Dad, lounging on the couch with his dirty boots up on the coffee table. "Hurry up, ladies! Don't let the big man starve! Dinner time!" he announced, not even noticing we'd been missing. That night, my parents had the biggest fight I'd ever witnessed. The next morning, Dad packed his bags and said he was moving in with Grandma. He never came back. Zoe was devastated, but I felt relieved, and Mom seemed happier too. Good riddance. After that, I thought most guys were probably like my dad, messy, careless, and unreliable. I avoided boys my age completely. In 5th grade, my teacher made me sit next to a boy for a class project, and he was a nightmare, talking nonstop and messing with my perfectly arranged markers. "Dude, can't you see that the pink cap doesn't belong on the green marker?" I snapped. Then I turned to my teacher. "Ma'am, is there a no-boys class I could join instead?" "That's not possible, Sophie. You need to learn to get along with everyone." "Yes, even the boys," she replied with a sigh. The boy just grinned at me, so I grabbed a marker and scribbled all over his face. Mom got called to school and I got lectured, but my mind was made up. Boys were just not my thing back then, and I wanted nothing to do with them. In middle school, I discovered my passion for acting and joined the drama club. There, I found myself competing for lead roles with a girl named Vanessa. I usually beat her, and she hated me for it. By high school, boys had learned to stay away from me, which was exactly what I wanted. But Vanessa kept making my life difficult. "Who are you taking to prom? Your cat?" she'd taunt. "Or do you avoid boys because you're ugly and no one would like you?" Once, I accidentally walked into the locker room while she was changing and she shrieked, "OMG, were you trying to spy on me or something? That's so not cool. Don't even think about looking at me." "Yikes, no. Even if I was into girls, I have good taste, Vanessa," I shot back, but she spread rumors that I had a crush on her and was spying on her while she changed. "Why don't you just talk to a boy and prove her wrong?" Zoe suggested one day. "I'd rather sprinkle cat litter on broccoli and eat it." "Yuck. You're intense and kinda quirky." She laughed. Zoe was nothing like me. She was super popular with guys and always dating someone new. I constantly worried she'd end up with someone just like Dad. Once, she was getting ready for a date with a guy I knew was bad news. She wouldn't listen to my warnings, so I took matters into my own hands. That evening, I opened the door when he knocked. "Are you Mark?" I asked innocently. No, wait. She said he's hot, I added, looking him up and down. Are you Shane? No. He comes on a motorcycle. You must be the rich jerk she mentioned. What? She said that? And who are all these other guys? He asked, getting upset. I don't know. Maybe ask Peter. He and Zoe have been really close lately. He stormed off, and when Zoe found out what I'd done, she was furious. Now you're ruining my love life too? What's your problem with boys? Don't you find any of them cute or fun? I find them useless and annoying. And I don't understand why you're so desperate to be with one. You're too young anyway. Just stay away from them. But she never listened. One evening, I realized I'd left some important notes in my locker and rushed back to school to get them. As I passed the boys' locker room, I heard the most beautiful singing voice, accompanied by guitar. Curious, I peeked through the door and saw Lucas, the quiet new transfer student who had all the girls swooning. I stood there mesmerized until he suddenly looked up and caught me watching. So do you like it? He asked with a smile. Oh God, he saw me. It didn't make my ears bleed, so I guess it was all right, I replied, trying to seem unimpressed. You're the one who doesn't really trust guys, right? I'm flattered to have you as a fan, but I'll have to give you my autograph another time. Don't have a pen right now. That's too bad. I want to cry, but I left my hanky at home. I'd offer you mine, but it's full of boogers, he joked. Anyway, what are you doing here so late? Got bored and decided to find my Prince Charming here at school, I said sarcastically. And you? Same reason. I was waiting for someone as pretty as you to secretly listen to me sing, he replied with a grin. So, is this the part where we fall in love and start dating? No, I think we should get married right away and have kids, I shot back. Suddenly I noticed his boots, covered in mud, just like Dad's always were. There's a reason I stay away from boys, and I'm certain you're no different, I said coldly, then walked away. This Lucas seemed full of himself, and to my horror, a few days later we were cast as the leads in the school play. He seemed even more upset about it than I was. Ma'am, can't we choose someone else to play the heroine? He asked our teacher. What's your problem? Why are you trying to get me kicked out of the play? I demanded. Because I don't want to act opposite a girl who's allergic to boys. We'll have no chemistry, he explained. I don't have to like you to act well. I can fake chemistry. There's a kissing scene. You sure you're up for it? Yeah, I'm a professional. We don't need to practice it. We can just do it on the day of the performance. Fine by me. I'm an expert anyway. He smirked. We started rehearsing with Vanessa as my understudy, though she seemed more interested in flirting with Lucas than learning her lines. Lucas was just as annoying as I expected. Always late, eating during rehearsals and making a mess, taking endless breaks. But I had to admit, he was a talented actor who fit the role perfectly. A few days later, during dress rehearsal, my back started itching terribly. I somehow made it through my scenes, then rushed to the dressing room. Looking in the mirror, I examined the large burn scar I'd had since an accident when I was 8. The costume fabric had irritated it, and now it was red and inflamed. I took a photo to send to my dermatologist, but accidentally sent it to Lucas instead. Mortified, I quickly texted him that it was a mistake, but he never replied. I left school feeling anxious, certain that he would show the picture to everyone, especially Vanessa, but the next day at school, no one acted differently around me or mentioned anything about a scar. Later, I spotted Lucas alone in the hallway and approached him. Hey, listen, thank you for not sharing that picture with anyone. I know I must seem strange. What picture? He interrupted, looking confused. The one I sent you yesterday. I'm pretty sure you didn't check our chat. No picture here, he said, showing me his phone with a smile. I found myself smiling back. Wow, that's the first time I've seen you smile. I don't think you should do that. It's not a great look on you. He teased. I rolled my eyes and walked away. So maybe he wasn't a jerk, but he was still annoying. It was nice of him to pretend he didn't receive the picture to save me from embarrassment. When performance day arrived, everything went smoothly, till the kissing scene. What are you doing? You're supposed to kiss me now, Lucas whispered. Yeah, I know, I'm just getting ready, I replied nervously. It's just a kiss me, Sophie. Fine. I put my hands on his face, my heart racing as our lips touched. I felt something I'd never experienced before, and I was disappointed when he pulled away to continue with his next line. Back home, Zoe wouldn't stop teasing me about the kiss and our obvious chemistry on stage, which I completely denied before slamming my bedroom door in her face. But I couldn't stop thinking about the kiss all night. Was I developing feelings for Lucas? The next morning, I forgot all about it when I went downstairs for breakfast and found Mom crying. "Mom, what's wrong? What happened?" "I'm going to lose the bookstore," she sobbed. It turned out that Mom had taken a large loan from an investment company to keep the bookstore running. Lately, she hadn't been able to make the payments on time, and now the company was demanding immediate repayment. Even worse, the investment company belonged to Vanessa's father. "I'll have to sell the bookstore. It hasn't been doing well for a while, and I'm just not making enough," Mom said, wiping her tears. "But Mom, you love that bookstore. Everyone in the neighborhood loves it. It's been around for 30 years. There has to be a way we can save it." "I don't think there is, honey." I felt heartbroken as I went to school that day. During recess, I was sitting alone on the bleachers when Lucas joined me. "What's up with your face today?" To my horror, I started crying. I buried my face in my arms as I sobbed, and I felt Lucas put his arm around me. "Hey, what's going on? Do you want to talk about it?" I found myself telling him everything. When I finished, he handed me his handkerchief and looked at me thoughtfully. "I might have a solution for your problem." "What do you mean?" "I guess you don't know that Vanessa's dad and my dad are business partners. They both own that investment company. I'll talk to my dad today and ask him to make the loan payments easier for your mom. I don't want you to lose that bookstore. It seems like it means a lot to you." "Do you really mean that? Will your dad agree?" "He will. I promise." I was so thrilled that I threw my arms around him in a bear hug. He hugged me back, and we stayed like that for a while. "Lucas, did you just smell my hair?" "What? No, I didn't. Why are you helping me?" "Because I'm not a jerk." "Is that all?" "Yeah, don't worry. I wouldn't fall for someone who's decided to hate boys for all eternity." "Well, maybe I don't hate you." Lucas's face lit up, and he drew me close and kissed me, and it felt amazing. True to his word, Lucas talked to his dad, and Mom was ecstatic when the company informed her they were changing the terms of the loan. As for Lucas and me, much to everyone's surprise and Vanessa's anger, we started dating. I couldn't believe I had a boyfriend. Prom came around a few months later. When Zoe and I arrived at school, I spotted Lucas looking handsome in his tux. I walked up to him and was about to kiss him when he stopped me. "Hey, Sophie, wait. There's something I need to talk to you about." "Okay, why this serious face?" He led me out of the hall and then spoke. "Listen, I hate that I'm ruining prom for you, but I just have to tell you now. Our company is facing some losses, and Vanessa's dad is insisting that we collect all outstanding loans. So I'm afraid your mom will have to make the full payment very soon." I am so sorry. I felt the ground disappear beneath my feet. "Are you kidding me? You promised, and now you're just breaking it, just like that? It's not my decision, Sophie. I don't own the company." "Then maybe it wasn't your promise to make either. Did you just do it to get together with me? To win me over when you never really meant it?" "What are you talking about? Of course I meant it. I tried to help. Can't you at least see that?" "No. All I can see is that you gave us false hope." "It would have been better if you hadn't." "Why is everyone so disappointing?" "Well, maybe your standards are too freaking high." "Well, maybe I'm just better off alone." I stormed out in angry tears. I'd made a mistake believing a stupid boy, and an even bigger mistake falling for him. High school ended, and Zoe and I helped Mom pack up the store over the summer. It broke our hearts to lose it, but there was nothing we could do. One day, as Zoe and I were walking home, we passed a cafe where I spotted several kids from school, including Lucas and Vanessa. She was clinging to his arm. Zoe saw my face and said, "You don't know they're together, Sophie." "I'm pretty sure they are, and I really don't care." I went off to university to study drama and the theater and had an amazing time. I made lots of cool friends. Yes, even guys, and realized I'd been foolishly stubborn to think they were all bad. Sometimes I even regretted being so hard on Lucas and driving him away. He was just a high school kid like me. And it wasn't his fault that we lost the bookstore. After graduation, I returned home to attend Zoe's wedding. Her husband seemed much more sensible than Dad, and she looked really happy. I was happy for her too. Later that night, someone rang the doorbell. I was shocked when I opened the door. "Hello, Sophie." Standing outside was Lucas. "Hi, what are you doing here?" "I've been in touch with Zoe. She said you were coming back for her wedding. I really wanted to talk to you." I stepped out onto the porch, and he said something completely unexpected. "I never forgot about that burn scar on your back." "My scar? That's what you want to talk about?" "I've never stopped thinking about how you saw yourself with it, or how painful it must be for you. I found an amazing skin surgeon who can fix it, Sophie, and if you agree to go for it, I'd like to pay for the surgery." "But why are you doing this?" "I swear I'm only doing it as a friend. I know I let you down all those years ago, and now that I can make some decisions on my own, I want to do this." "I stopped being mad at you a long time ago, Lucas. You don't have to do this." "I want to. Please don't say no." After much consideration, I agreed. I underwent the surgery a week later, and when I woke up, Lucas was by my side, smiling. "The doctor said it went great." "I can't thank you enough, Lucas. I really owe you." "No, you don't." "Well, I'll accept a cup of coffee." It's a date." I smiled. "Is it?" "Maybe." I sat up in bed and pulled Lucas into a hug. Sometimes the people who challenge us the most are the ones who help us grow. And sometimes learning to trust again is the greatest journey of all. If you loved this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And hey, don't miss the video that's right here on your screen. It's one you won't want to skip. See you in the next one.